Welcome to another Will You Snell development live stream with your host, Jonas, the trendiest game developer in the entire universe! I want to start a new chapter for Will You Snell today. You already have 3 chapters entirely complete. The first chapter is here. We can't see the style in the level editor. But the first one is the red one, second one is the disco chapter, and the next one is the underwater chapter. You can have a look at them in game in a sec. And now I want to get started with the 4th chapter, which at the moment there is the problem that the 4th chapter is the winter chapter and the 3rd chapter is the underwater chapter. Both of them are blue. I don't want to have 2 blue chapters right after one another. So what we've got to do with the last chapter is probably change it into something else. Even though the winter style is already complete and looks quite nice, we've probably got to change it into something else. And that's what we're gonna do blah, 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 blah. You understand? Yeah, okay, let's get started. So I basically want to change the style of the winter levels into a dry desert area. And for that we can just grab one of those very first winter levels here, for example, and rename it to D01 start. Okay, where are these button prompts? We clearly don't need them. There are still leftovers from the winter demo I created a couple of weeks ago, couple of months ago, 2 months ago actually. Okay, this looks pretty reasonable. Now we need to exchange that style object. Let's create a new style object. I'm really pretty proud of my level styler system. It makes it so easy to change the look of these levels. Okay. So let's call it desert. And the parent is still this one. Okay. And I'll just copy the original colors really quick because they're already a bit closer to something that looks like a desert, I'd assume. And now let's see if we can find this level and correct this. Set a release date yet? No. There's still a lot to do, still a lot of time. So there is a release date sometime soon, but it's not for this game, it's for a different game. Little surprise project. Damn it, now I need to skip all the way to the correct level again because that was already too late.
Hey, can you hear me? Jump, say yes.
That's how the disco levels look like. Okay. Then here we have the underwater levels. Okay, now we're finally in the correct level. So usually this is where the the winter chapter would start. But if we simply remove this style object and exchange it with our desert style object, we should instantly have a different look for this. Why do the level styles look like snail shells? Well, that's a good question. Not really sure about that. And now the entire level looks like the default style. And now let's build that into something else, I guess. All right. So let's start another color crisis. I wonder if we can somehow maybe find a way to set these colors in game. That would be super dope and would probably make things a lot easier than always changing the colors here and then going into the game and seeing how it looks. Is there a good way to do this? E, E, And then we also need a way to save these colors and bring them in here. Should we do it? Or should we just go trial and error with all of these colors again? What's on my head? Well, it's a very new trendy look. You'll never figure it out. Well, it fits perfectly to my shirt. I'm pretty proud of my costume today. Very stylish. Hello, Stepa, Jalenko, welcome. Will Harvey. So, I need answers. Should we do trial and error with the colors, or should we try to write a system that allows us to change colors in-game? Maybe I should have done that a long time ago. That would have saved me a lot of work. Maybe it's a little too late now already, so I guess. Let's see what happens. One thing I'm wondering about is, what if we make a very white background? That could be interesting. Let's make the wall even more red. There are two wall outline colors, that's interesting. Okay, whatever. Let's see what we did. Probably looks pretty horrible. But it would be interesting to have a bit of a brighter background for once. But if we have a really bright background color, we probably also need a very bright back pattern color. I wish I could change these colors in-game. That would be so much more fun. At the moment, I can't come up with a way to make that happen in a way that makes sense. Hard to see snail. Yeah, you're right. That's the problem with trial and error, is that it pretty much just trial and error. Nah, that does not look all that good. Okay, you know what? We're gonna write a little system that allows us to change colors in-game. Who cares? Let's call this one Object Color Controller. And this one has hue, saturation, and value. No, but when we need to update all of those colors. But I want it, please. Okay, but maybe this still helps a little bit. We'll see. we'll use the W key for shifting the hue up. And we'll use the S key to shift the hue down. And if the hue is smaller than 0, then we'll set the hue to 255. And if the hue is larger than 255, we'll set the hue to 0. And I can do pretty much the same with saturation and value. Except that we probably should use different keys, otherwise it's gonna be a little weird. E, D, R, F. And then let's clamp saturation between 0 and 25, just so it doesn't go out of bounds, and do the same with value. Color or make color HSV, hue, saturation value. And in the draw even, maybe this should also draw its values. Draw that align far left. Draw that color gray. Draw text hue sat and val. I will not be writing the stupid color system for the entire stream. I actually just wanted to adjust these colors properly, but it's so hard if you have to stop playing the game every time you change something. Okay, where do we have our level styler? Desert. So gotta make sure it doesn't reset itself. Hmm. 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 I'm not sure. Oh, geez, maybe trial and error is the best solution. This would take too long. But I really don't want to do trial and error. I have no, please no. No trial and error, please. No. Okay, thanks for watching. That was the stream for today. Antique Gear Games, you've already gotta go. Well, lucky you. Gearwheel, nice outfit. Yeah, thanks. What's that? Well, you will never know. I'll never tell you. Okay. Mm. Okay. We'll put this to persistent and we'll say if instance number object level styler that is larger than 0, we'll say instance destroy. Or larger than 1. And this way we should be able to make sure that the colors are not overwritten by any other stupid level styler. So now, for example, if I say random 255 here and here and here, that in theory should mean when I restart the level, the background color should stay the same. Let's try that out. And if so, then maybe we have a chance to make these colors changeable in game. Okay, so the background color looks like this. Now if I restart the room, then we have no background at all. What if we change this to room start? That makes things a lot more complicated. No! Did I just delete that event? Why is duplicate event and delete event always right next to each other? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's not save. This is exhausting. Even more exhausting than trial and error. Okay, let's go for trial and error. I just worked on a game in Unity before this, so changing colors in Unity feels a bit more streamlined than my stupid workflow here. Don't tell me the create event is still gone. I didn't even save. No, why did you save that? Oh no. Oh no, please, no. Why did you save that? And why do I still not use version control? Ah. Oh no. What do we do about this? Oh, we can recover it from the last version or something like that. Yeah, just make one misclick in GameMaker and there's no way to undo it, and if you leave the program, it's still saved, of course, why not? Okay, I think this contains pretty much everything we need, more or less. Let's hope. And now let's hope that nothing ain't broken. Very interesting. I'm gonna call the stream Jonas Does Absolutely Nothing. He tries to improve his game, but he makes it even worse. That's a good name for the stream. Managers. Yeah, let's just go back to create event. And let's just use the standard trial and error workflow that I love so much. Yippee! Okay, so let's keep the background relatively dark. I can't even design the color scheme in a different program like Photoshop because post-processing breaks pretty much all of my colors. Okay, let's make the walls very bright and pretty saturated. Overall, let's just try to make this a pretty bright color scheme because the underwater chapter was pretty dark and cold, so let's try to make this bright and warm. That would be a nice contrast, I think. I mean, these 5 colors up here are probably the most important ones. The other ones are not as important. So if we get those 5 right, then the rest shouldn't be all that difficult anymore. And maybe instead of those weird blocks in the background, we should add something like sand. Okay, why did this turn out green? Very interesting, probably because I set it to green. Jan suggested that we could make this a grass world yesterday as well. That would be an option as well, trying to turn this into something a little more green. But I think green's still a relatively cold color, so I'd prefer something like orange or yellow. Looks like a hot water bottle. Yeah, that's actually what it is. Well spotted. 50 points for you. Okay, I wonder what would happen if all of the blocks were a bit brighter. Also, I'm not really sure about the background. Maybe we should just turn it back to black for now. Maybe I can recover it from the recycling bin, Maxi. I don't have no idea how GameMaker does all of that either. There's probably a way to recover it, but there's no obvious way to do it. If we make the outline a little more red. Oh, now it already almost looks like the default color scheme. Why is that? I didn't change the wall color, or did I? Okay, I'm gonna go into the walls and see if we can change these up a little bit. Base color is Cull Wall A. Let's check that out. Ah, okay, there's another color thingy down here. That's interesting. Let's just put that to the wall color. You get 50 very useful points. Yes, 50 points for Gryffindor. Okay, let's bring that up here so you can see what I'm working with. Trial and Error, my favorite game. Ba, 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 ba. This looks stupid. Okay. That's already a little better. Well, the background turned out a little too bright. I guess. Interesting. Interesting. Not quite as interesting. If you make the background a little darker, like 80 or something like that. And then maybe we should add some dust particles. Looks a little ugly. A little ugly. Okay, what happens if we make the outlines a little more red? Do you have any favorites so far? Are there any colors you liked? This looks ugly. This takes ages with trial and error. What happens if we make the outlines quite a bit darker in this level? Oops, that's not the outlines, that's the walls. Use the color scheme generator. Yeah, unfortunately the color scheme generator is a Unity tool. Plus on top of that, probably doesn't really help a lot due to the post-processing. Because these are the original These are the original colors. Jeez, my voice is already leaving me. Did I scream too much lately? These here are the color corrected colors. I mean, it's not looking super bad, right? Let me show you in full screen. There's worse. This is not the worst you could have. What happens if we switch the two background colors? That is something we could try. For a really bright background, but then, yeah, well, then we probably can't see the snail anymore. That could be an issue. Oh, I mean, I can still see the snail. More or less. It's fine, you mean? Maybe we should try to change the background texture into something else. Object backdraw. That's texture scale and texture. And this should give us a bit more control, hopefully. Here we go. Okay, I hope we'll be able to turn this into a neat little sandstorm. No idea how that will look, but we'll see in a sec. Let's call this Spur, Sandstorm, or Dust, or whatever. Doesn't necessarily need to be a Sandstorm. And now for our level styler, Desert. We can just set our new sprite texture. Sandstorm. Let's see how that looks. Background is a bit too bright, you think, Steppa? Okay, okay. I mean, let's have a look with this background texture. This could make it a little darker. Oh yeah, see, it's already black. Texture. Is that not how you write texture? Did I mess that up somewhere? No, it's the same thing everywhere. Ah. I wonder where that object is created. Is that object already in here, maybe? No. That means it needs to be created somewhere. Maybe it is created by the player. Resistant, camera control, level sailor, wall shader, dark level. No. I mean, it would make sense if the background object would be created by the level styler object. So let's have a look at that real quick. Level styler, do you create that object? Yes, you do. Object backdraw. So we create that object in the create event. Oh, okay, maybe I need to change the order around a little bit here. Where do I call event user 0? Here. Well, let's create this before we call this. Very nice. That should fix it. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Seems like all of this needs to stay together. Uh-huh. That's exactly how I imagined this would look. Not. Okay, let's increase the scale a lot. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, actually that helps. You can still see that the background is looping though. I mean, if we increase the scale to 40, we shouldn't be able to see the looping in the background anymore, but who knows how that will look. Maybe it will look quite weird. Or maybe it looks quite decent, who knows. I think one of the problems why it's so hard to see the snail is because the trail is barely visible. But that is probably very fixable. We just need to change the color of the trail a bit as well. I kind of like the background. I'm not entirely sure about the foreground walls A here, for example. What if we just desaturate them quite a bit? Color Crisis 3.0, yeah. I think we had a couple more Color Crisis already. I mean, that's, yeah, I mean, I kind of like it, honestly. Maybe we should make the wall a little darker. Sorry, what was it before? 200. Let's try 150. Even though the pre-bright version was still working pretty okay. I actually like the bright version better, I think. See, have a look. Once again, it looks entirely different on my second monitor. Interesting. Looks a lot better on my on the first monitor I'm staring at right now. Well, let's see if we can fix the player trail particles. The snail trail? What if we just make the trail black? Do we see anything, or is the trail on add mode? Okay, it does work. But the post-processing makes it disappear. Huh. What a shame. But there are solutions. All we've gotta do is player trail size and colors, what we want probably, and we can just delete the rest. Let's override that here in this style. Oh wait, color is correct. Let's just set the size. And do we have alpha? Alpha would be nice. Okay, because the alpha values are definitely very low. If we just change the alpha values like this, that should already pretty much solve the problem, I guess. Shouldn't the background be darker and the foreground brighter to stay consistent with other levels? I'm not sure if we... Is that a rule? That the foreground always needs to be brighter than the background? Why is it not working? Why is my dolphin not working? Does this change anything? Probably not. But why not? Okay. Need to put it in there. For whatever reason. Okay, that looks interesting. Lol. What are we doing to this poor game? Also, I still think there might be something wrong with my post-processing, because this is clearly getting way too bright. Maybe I should make the background a little darker, because I really like to see a bit more of these backgrounds patterns. Or maybe we should just fix the post-processing so it doesn't mess it all up. I think I know what it is. Let's see if we can fix it real quick. Let's go into the post-processing object. Post-processing! Blur, blur, blur. Then here we have add. Is alpha test enable? No, that's probably not what we need. Or is it? I just wanna turn off. It might be what we need. Let's disable the alpha test. And then when all of this is over, we can turn it back on. So it's true. Did this change anything? Not really. This can't be right. What is blend enable? I can toggle alpha blending on and off. Maybe that's what I was looking for. I don't really see what the difference between those two functions is. But who knows, maybe there is one. Probably there is one, otherwise there wouldn't be two. Wait a second, what?
Hey, can you hear me? Jump to say yes.
Okay, I feel like this might not be what we were looking for. Basically, oh yeah, this is the boss. That's interesting. What do we see here? Because that was also one level where the ink got way too bright sometimes. And it has to be something, has to do with the alpha blending.
Who the hell launched this simulation in casual difficulty, and why do you still fail?
Okay, let's see if the ink still gets way too bright. Oh yeah, it still gets way too bright. Why? Why is this happening? That's weird. See, the ink shouldn't be much brighter than anything else. The only difference is that the ink is more transparent and therefore somehow after the post-processing it looks way too bright. And it's a very weird. Quite weird. Weird, 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 weird. Let's have a look at the shader real quick. Like, what do we do with the alpha value? Let's just set the alpha value to 1. I don't care what the alpha value was before. I want it to be 1. Even losing my awesome costume. That can't happen. You seem busy, but can I know your Discord, please? Well, sure, just check out the description, there's a link. Also, don't worry, if I didn't want to get bothered, then I wouldn't be live streaming. Why are these transparent parts of the screen still getting way, way, way brighter than everything else? I can't explain what's going on here.
You've got to try harder than this.
The ink is not brighter than the rest of this Kraken. But it still shows up like it's way, way brighter. Makes no sense.
This never gets old.
Like, I would like to continue with creating the look for the last chapter, but I feel like I can't do that as long as the post-processing is doing weird stuff I don't quite understand. It's really strange. I mean, maybe something weird happens when adding these together. Maybe the color correction isn't even the problem. What's the best way to test that? Probably just to disable the shader. This way the color correction should be gone. Okay, here it already seems like it gets a lot brighter than it should. Dang it, why does that happen?
All was a desperate attempt.
Okay, why is blend mode add not doing what it's supposed to do? That's interesting. Does it help anything if we disable alpha test? No, probably not. Probably doesn't matter at all. Okay. That didn't change anything. I wonder what happens if we just try to clear that surface. On the black color at the beginning. Okay, at the end we just draw surface combine. Can we just clear the surface here? Draw, clear. Black. Blank King, recently subbed to your channel. Thank you. That's awesome to hear. I appreciate it. Oh my god. Did we fix it? I think I fixed it. Oh, that was the problem all along. Geesh. Okay, then we can, oops, enable color correction again. Well, glad we got that sorted out. The downside is that probably some things will look quite different now, but there is, oh yeah, it looks quite different. What the Ooh. Luckily, it still looks similar, right? It's definitely a little different. Yeah, at the very least it's correct now. Thank God.
Not even close.
So that means now we can oopsie doopsie properly test chapter 4, and as you can see, this already looks quite different as well. Not as broken as before. See, now the trail is working as intended, which means no, this is probably not as intended, but you know what I mean. It's visible is what I mean. Jingle bells, hey, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so I kinda like the background. Background looks cool. Foreground looks, I don't know. Looks quite different on different levels of post-processing. Let's ramp up the saturation. Ooh! The trail is too large? Yeah, you don't say. That looks really bright and hot, those basic blocks. Kinda like it. But maybe if we do it like this, then maybe we should make the background the darker part in this equation. The trail. What should we do about the trail? Probably not make it black. The color shouldn't be that aggressive. Oh my god, that blue looks super ugly. Maybe in this chapter you should just have a very barely visible white trail or something. Let's not even override anything here. Figuring the colors out is a little tricky. Thanks for your feedback, Darksoon. Okay, for now let's simplify the color scheme a little bit by getting rid of those blocks here. That makes it a little easier for now. Do you think the white trail is better, or did you like the black trail better? Also, should we try doing a darker background again, or should we try doing a brighter background? Also, the outlines of the walls look a little weird again. What do we do about those? Let's try making those super bright. And the background, I mean, okay, let's just reduce the brightness of the background to half, 40. Never do math on stream, 75. White is better? Yeah, I think so as well. Well, this looks interesting and also pretty ugly. I don't know, it looks cool and ugly at the same time. How did I pull that off? Looks pretty cool on one of the screens, but not on the other. I want even more saturated outlines. Let's give it a go. Beep, 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 beep. Feels less deserty with a dark background, yeah. True. True. This looked more deserty, but now the outlines look pretty weird again. Maybe the outlines should be a bit darker. Who knows? And what if we make the background even brighter? What if we do 160 and 100? This is really hard, really hard. Is there gonna be a speedrun for this game? I don't know. If somebody makes a speedrun, then there's gonna be a speedrun. I hope there will be a speedrun. Of course. That will be very interesting to see. What do we do with the colors? Maybe I should start making screenshots so we can compare them. That is usually a decent idea. Oh no, GameMaker closes while we're testing. Why is that? I wanted to take a screenshot of these values as well. Okay, that's better. And screenshot. Oh, we can even... Oh no, why does this looks wrong? No, why are you doing this? Please, snipping tool, you're not helping me. Just wanna make a normal screenshot without snipping tool, please. No, snipping tool, I hate you. Okay. Sure, show ads on stream. Why not? Oops, how did I do that? Now we have GameMaker open twice. This is confusing. Clearly a professional at work here. I think I opened the same project twice. All I want to do is compare some screenshots. Come on. Thank you. Okay, so what do we try next? Wait a sec, this is not the correct one. This is why. This is the correct one here. Are you seeing how I'm getting more and more confused? Unfortunately, my brain leaked out through this hole right here. That's why I'm so stupid. I have the perfect excuse. Easier. Okay, now we can finally make our second screenshot. What do we want to try though? Let's try making these outlines a lot brighter, because at the moment they kind of look weird. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have another idea of what to do, so let's do that. 255, wave. I mean, it looks decent, right? Oopsie doopsie. If we compare before and after, we definitely improved it a little bit. Now it's just a little annoying that it's a little hard to differentiate between foreground and background. But then once again, if you make the background darker, it will look weird. What if we make the foreground darker? I mean, the foreground looks pretty cool at the moment, but what happens if we make it darker? Let's try it out. Why not? Or we could also try giving the foreground a different color, but at the moment, nah, pretty good sand color already. What if the wall is just a lot darker? Let's have a look. Is that the way to go? Maybe I overdid it a little bit. Try that again. What if the background is blue sky? Oh. Jan, we missed you. Finally, the suggestion man is here. Let me take a screenshot. I think I accidentally pasted something in here. Okay. So we have 3 different versions. Dark outline, bright outline, dark walls. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. You can let me know what you think about them. Let me read chat real quick. Very nice costume. Yeah, thank you. Can't wait to see Willy Snail in the next Nintendo Direct. Why is that? It won't be on Nintendo, I don't think. You can't decide whether whether you should watch my stream or Pew's PUBG stream. Just watch both at once. Easy solution. And then you can always mute one of them, whichever one's the boring one is the one you mute. Dear Wheel, bye. Thanks for stopping by. Cool that you're here. I guess we can try a blue sky. That could be pretty cool as well. Maybe a darker bottom with a gradient to the light background. Not entirely sure what you mean. Okay, which hue do we need for blue? Definitely need to go in the other direction, something like -40 probably. Let's see if we can get some decent blue action going. No, that is still pretty red, purple. Is this supposed to be a desert theme? Yes. Okay, maybe you cannot choose negative numbers for hue. Should have known. Then all the tiles at the bottom will stand out. What's the story wrapper for that? What do you mean? Why you're suddenly in a desert? Does there need to be a story wrapper? Oopsie doopsie. I don't think I have one. I'm sure the AI will come up with something. Time to grill you. Yeah. How do I justify a desert? How do I justify anything of what's happening in this game? And this already looks a lot like it's taking place underwater again, so I'm not entirely sure what I think about this. Okay, let's see which colors we used here. Wall is 25, 100, 255. And the outline was 10, 150, 255. Oh, really? Outline is the same color as it is now? Interesting. I need dunes in the background. Yeah, but what if I don't want dunes in the background? If you have dunes in the background, then you have to make them. Okay, let's try that with the dark outlines. Which was this version? 10 to 40. You like the purple blue effect with those squares being a gradient? Not entirely sure. I think we forgot to take a screenshot of that purple blue version, right? Oh, or do you mean this one? This is still a little purple. When I look on the other screen, I can see the purple. Okay. Oh, sorry, I want to have the color values on the screenshot as well. I messed that up. I mean, it's probably one of the better ones we had so far. Maybe some dunes in the background could help. Yeah, maybe. Well, let's try to get the colors right first. I mean, it's not too shabby, right? What do you think? Shall we try doing a version of this with some green down here? Should we try making this a nice grass landscape? That could work as well. I wonder what happens if we try that. I kind of like the sky colors. Not super bad. You mean that thing that I did just briefly? With a bit more, there was probably a bit more different hue in the background, what you're talking about, something like this. Oh, that looks really ugly. But that's kind of like the thing you were talking about earlier, right? Went in the wrong direction with the color. I wanted to make it blue purple, not green. Interesting. This is definitely not what I mean. I mean, I'm not gonna find those numbers by chance again. But I'm not sure I'll find them by going back in stream either. Because the stream is a bit too long. Could have taken a screenshot. But I probably thought it was too ugly, so I didn't take one. I mean, you can also turn the last world into bubblegum world. That is an option as well. Bubblegum world. Ooh! I also prefer yellow. Oh, why the hell, why is it blue now? I'm making it worse and worse again. Welcome to Bubblegum World. Background. Oh yeah, let's take a screenshot of that real quick, just to be sure. And it doesn't look super nice yet, but... Quite crazy, the amount of variation you can get simply by changing the colors a bit. This is still my favorite one so far though. This one isn't quite there yet. Even though it fits very nicely to my outfit today. Yeah, so the background is a little weird still of this one, right? Does the background need more saturation or less saturation? That is the question. That is the wrong direction for sure. In the gum world, the floor is all bouncy and stuff. Yeah, I mean, there are certainly a couple of gameplay options for Bubblegum World, so let's not rule it out. Could be a fun solution. Now this looks a little boring again, right? Background, the background. I feel like something in between here was already quite reasonable. Will this game be released soon? No, this game not, but a different game will be released soon, which will be at very least equally as awesome. If everything goes according to plan, you'll hear about it next Monday. Screenshot time, screenshot time. Is the screenshot worthy? Who knows? Oh, what? Did I not take a screenshot? Seems like I didn't. What a pity. Let's try again. Yeah, background definitely looks better here. Why is that? Here we have back color 150, 150, 160, 100. I'm not entirely convinced of this workflow. Well, what can you do? What can you do in GameMaker? I mean, this one wasn't bad either. Okay. So let's try the bright outlines with the old background. What if we make the background even brighter? I think we just tried that. What if we make it slightly more saturated? So many things we could try. Too many options. No, I don't like that. Let's do something else. Callback. Let's actually bring the colors a little closer together. Background colors, that is. What about something in between layer 2 and 3? Well, I'll have a look in a sec. Something in between layer 2 and 3, you say? Something in between this and this? Okay, I mean, that is obviously not entirely representative of how it would look. But mostly what you're probably saying is making the walls a little darker here, right? I mean, this is so tricky because this will once again look super different in game. Maybe we should just try it out in game. Or I mean, we could also turn it almost black. This silhouette style sometimes works quite well. I'm not sure if how well that fits to the rest of the game. Also, it would be cool to make this bubblegum theme work, but so far it's not there yet. It's too much saturation, you think? I mean, we can try what happens if we just turn the saturation down a lot. I mean, that makes it look more white. Or you mean we can also do high saturation with low value? Let's try that. That's interesting as well. That's cool. Maybe we can make the background even warmer. Try again. That looks pretty dirty. No, this is not getting better. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, that's interesting as well. I don't really care if it turns out to be a desert or a bubblegum chapter. Either one is fine with me. As long as they have a warm color scheme. That's the main thing I'm looking for. The snow kind of looks like we're in some sort of bloodstream. So what if we hue shift that entire background by -20 to 230. This should make the background a little more purple. Maybe blue and pink like cotton candy. Yeah, if possible, I'd like to make the color scheme as warm as possible. I mean, okay, the background here definitely starts looking a bit more candy-like. And what I like about this background as well is that it kind of goes well together with the sprite of the snail. I really dig that background. Do you like that background as well? Let's at the least take a screenshot. And compare it to what we've had before. Oh, did I not take a screenshot? No. Oh, yes, I did. I really like the background. I'm not sure if the foreground is fitting anymore. Yeah, so best ones so far are still this. This is actually one of the better ones as well now. If we manage to fix this down here. We should be able to fix that, right? Right. Yeah. Let's make it happen. Bang. Oh no. Please don't crash GameMaker. Oh, thank you. In that case, you would go for the bubblegum chapter. Sounds much more interesting. Yeah, I think bubblegum chapters are a little more rare than desert chapters or desert environments in games. So let's go for bubblegum. Woo! Let me have a look at that again. What do we need to change about it? I want to try hue shifting this a little more towards red, the ground here, and maybe make it a little darker. Let's try that. More towards red means 35. And making it a little darker means something like 200 maybe. And for the outline, I mean the outline should also be a little closer to that red background probably. Let's give it a shot. Here we go. Something's definitely still broken when we restart the level. Why is that? Because this is still set to persistent, right? Yeah. Actually, I kinda like those dark outlines. Just for funsies, let's make them entirely black. Desert pink. Now we actually shifted our direction a little bit and now we're making bubblegum chapter. Because bubblegum chapter sounds a bit more interesting. I actually do like this. What do you think? Maybe it's a little too black. What happens if we make the wall darker as well? Guess it doesn't need to be all that glowy. That is too dark. What if we do something in between? I mean, I'm not entirely sure anymore if we can use those wall sprites. I'm not sure. But it would be cool if we could keep them. Let's try to the outline, let's try to go for pure purple. Too black. How's that? Are we getting there? One million tries later. Okay, let's make a screenshot. Let's see how this compares. New bubblegum version, old bubblegum version, new bubblegum version, old bubblegum version, new bubblegum version. Okay, I think we can agree that the new one looks a little better. Is this already acceptable territory? What do you think? Oh, just realized I'm basically using hue pretty much everywhere, which means we can do one more cool thing and just say hue equals random 255. And then let's say hue plus mod 255 245 225 225. Maybe this will help us to come up with a couple more cool solutions. 25 235 and 30. AI, okay, we can keep that how it is. And now we should just get a more or less randomized color scheme every time we start. Make it a little bit transparent. Yeah, you agree that the new version is better? What should we make a little more transparent? Can you clarify that, Black King? Wow, choose already, lol. No, we can't just choose the first thing that comes to our mind. Oh, that's interesting. That looks cool as well. Just a little cold too. Let's try to find something a little warmer. Oh, this could work as bubblegum. Yeah, there are not all that many colors that work. Oh, this is interesting. What about this? Looks a little fiery. I mean, this could be the last chapter of a game. Very yellow. Yeah, there's not an infinite amount of options. Maybe we should consider one of those green ones as well. That one looks nice as well. Okay. Let's put like the best 4 next to one another, and then we'll just take a decision. And we can obviously still improve it later. If we want. Well, I think the last ones here are pretty decent. Okay, so this one I think is a keeper. Do you want to keep this one as well? The orange one? No, I think not. I know I want to have this in the collection. I probably want to have this as an option as well, because I personally like that one quite a bit. I can't really see the snail on that one, which is a bit of shame. Should we even consider one of those really bright ones? Should we consider this one? Too many options. Here we go. A, B, C, D. Did I miss one of the good ones? I mean, let's see if we did. Yeah, that one's pretty decent as well. Or should we maybe get rid of C? I feel like we should probably get rid of C because C is kind of dumb. Old C, new C. Which one do you like better? Old D. Or D. Okay, not old D. Schlingelkorn, which RGB color are you giving me here? For the background, or for what exactly? You like the green one the most? Okay. Did we even take a screenshot of the green one? No, I think we didn't even take one of the green. Should we take one of the green real quick? Okay, guess we don't have enough options yet, so let's do it. I see D, I see a B. try to find a nice green. Maybe a green like this, a little more friendly with a little bit of yellow in there. That good? Okay, let's just take this green. Or should we take one with a bit of yellow? Way too many options. B. I feel like we should keep A. C is still a bit of a weak link, right? Oh, I guess green bubble gum world is an option as well. Okay. Let's just make a call now. Here. No, no, no. How did I do that? These colors come back. What did I do? No. Where's the green version? Did I disable the green channel or something weird like that? Like, please come back. Black-white is the best one. Which black-white one though? There are still 4 different black-white ones. Now why is the green one not green anymore? It's really... come on. Is green gone now? What if I paint green? No, I don't understand. Guess we'll just add it in again. Now the question is, how do I put this on full screen? Ah, this is an option. Okay, finally, we did it. We can see all of them. No, please go back in here. Oh, come on. Ah, here we go. Let's meditate over them a little bit. D, I see D from Battle Zayas. Max also is for D. Where did Bubblegum go? I mean, hey, Bubblegum is... ACD is all Bubblegum. The only one that is still kinda deserty is number B. I guess. The rest is still bubblegum. New C looks cool. I mean, we have 2 votes for D. Bubblegum. I kinda like this one as well. Okay. See? It fits perfectly to my outfit as well, which is obviously a big plus. Okay, I like D as well. I mean, okay, if you keep spamming B, then of course we need to go with B. What is B again? This one. Yeah, I mean, this one is nice as well. I like this as well. I mean, give your final vote now. I think if we compare A and D directly, right, then D clearly wins. Or we just do a couple of different color schemes in the same chapter. I mean, we could also have a couple of levels that look like this, a couple of levels that look like this. Then we just get rid of A and C, or sorry, A and B. That's an option as well. B, C, C, D. I'll see a lot of C actually, all of a sudden. C or D? Yeah, I agree. The last two are the best ones. So I guess what we'll do is just do a color scheme with both of those. I don't see a reason why Bubblegum World shouldn't have both of those. I think that should probably work just fine. Okay. Now the only problem I obviously have with randomization like that is that now it will be super hard to find those hue values again. So once again, we're back to trial and error. Yeah, I like C the most, okay. Okay. That's not quite it. Let's try to find the purple one first, and then we can see if we can find the green one after that. Dang it, how are we ever going to find it? Why didn't I print that value on the screen? That would have been so smart. I even thought about it, but I didn't do it. That is almost right. It needs to go a little more towards red. Five enough. That is already pretty close. We need a little more purple. A little bit. C is for cool. That's right. Okay. Is this it? that's pretty much it, right? That is pretty much exactly the same. Good enough. Should we try to find that green one? So that one is purple. And now for the green one. Green should be roughly at 120, if I'm not mistaken. No, not at 120. Yeah, let's try 120, 110, something like that. B is for bad. D is for disable. Okay, that is pretty clean green. Clean green. And we want to go a little more towards blue, I guess. I mean, maybe find an even better green, then we can obviously go with that. That a nice bubblegum green? I think so. And also it's pretty much exactly the same, can't really see a difference. Very nice, we found the two colors. Jeez Louise, let's save this somewhere, probably a good idea. Image library, raw images, no, not raw images, Photoshop images, game art. Let's make a new folder. For 1935. Snell bubblegum colors or something like that. Color tests. Okay. Shall we see how that looks in the next level? Let's have a look at that as well. That could be interesting. Let's play through Christmas World in bubblegum mode. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Oh yeah. And I kind of want to play in purple mode because that's my personal favorite so far. So here let's take the next winter level, for example. One switch layers, that level styler on the player layer. Interesting. Let's put in our. Now we can rename that to bubblegum. Bubblegum. Here we go. Let's see how that feels. Are you not kidding, Schlinghorn? You like the black and white version? I mean, you can think about that as well.
Hello, human. Let's celebrate Christmas and New Year's together. Let's start with seeing you suffer. I love it.
Actually, the AI is a little hard to see.
Would you be so kind and start moving? Now.
On this background, so maybe we should go with the green one. I don't even know. Like, I don't want to do it anymore. We'll
Hello,
just...
human. Let's celebrate Christmas and New Year's years together. Let's start with seeing you suffer. I love it.
We'll just go with one of these.
They say Christmas is all about love. I, for my part, love seeing you die.
Sure. Yeah, I mean... Looks weird. Weird. If you have any more questions or things you would like to discuss with me, please post them in chat now, because I'll be reading chat for a couple more minutes and then we'll just call it a day. And I'll get started on the music tutorial video.
That's why I love Christmas.
Very nice. I mean, it looks okay. Maybe we just need to give the AI a different color. And obviously those icicles feel pretty out of place now. So we've got to rework the icicle sprites, obviously. And also
Your
that...
opening bracket, not clothing bracket, making humanity proud XD.
Also that Christmas music playing in the background feels a little out of place,
OMG.
probably. Shut up! I'm done. Okay, I want to thank you for watching. Hope you had an amazing time. Keep making games, stay happy, and see you in the next one. Peace.